All right, let's have a discussion on selling our funnel development services. How can you help business owners with your newfound or advanced skill set? Well, they need new qualified leads and customers. This is going to be a forever thing. As long as business is around, the need to create customers is around. And this is going to take the full gamut of designing, building, and optimizing a marketing funnel so that you can increase the number of qualified leads and customers for that business. They want better results from their current funnel. Remember, every business has some funnel existing. Even if they've done nothing, there's technically a funnel experience. It's just really poor. There's lots of leaks. Your goal in this case may be to audit the current funnel, see where leaks may be happening, see where there's errors, see where there's room for optimization. Business owners need more repeat business, and this is where you can really just focus on more email campaigns, targeting people who are already on the list, more of that late stage funnel effort, and also retargeting. This is going to be something for Facebook or Google Ads, tracking people who've been to your website and then trying to bring them back through a social platform advertisement. Maybe the business owner wants to raise their price. And in this case, they're going to want some brand enhancement. Maybe you're going to redesign the funnel. You're going to make the look a lot better, increasing that trust. Maybe the copywriting needs to be a lot better. Overhaul the entire site. Make sure all the call to actions are strong and in alignment with the journey. And of course, conversion rate optimization. If they're going to raise the price, conversion rates may go down a little bit. If you can just enhance all the major key KPIs, you're going to see better conversion rates. Let's imagine a client walks into our office or has a conversation with us. They say, I heard you're good at digital marketing. I need to improve my website. They don't know the word funnel. They know the word website. I'm not generating enough leads for my business. I want to get more sales. I want more passive revenue. These are the kind of things people might be saying to you. What you need to do is see if they're qualified to even work with you. There may be many people who want these things. They don't maybe necessarily know what is the cost to develop it, and it's not your job to meet them at their budget, but for you to check if they're qualified to work with you. You want to ask questions, and here are some of the key questions to ask. Why do this? Why improve your website? Why spend money on this? Like, why is this important? What do you hope this will do for you? You want to find out what's motivating this person. Maybe there's a competitor. Maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe they're losing sales and they want to invest and improve it. There's going to be some rationale that why they think working with a digital marketer, improving their funnel or conversion rates is very important to them. And why you? Why do they want to work with a digital marketer? Why don't they want to work with an agency, and why not do it themselves? That's the big question, because a lot of this eventually could be done on people's own accord, but they don't know how to do it. They don't like doing it. They don't really want to do it. They're scared to do it. That's what they're going to say. They don't know how. They don't have the time. So now we're clarifying that if they don't get help, this may not happen, right? We want to put that on them that they're going to need to take action. And why now? Why not just wait till next year? Why spend the money on this? Isn't there anything better to spend the money on? Maybe there's some sort of deadline. You want to determine that as soon as possible. And with these first three questions, you can really gain a lot of clarity about the situation. But I would follow up and say, let's say we start doing this. Can you please tell me what you think customers are worth to you? Let's say I can bring you a new customer on demand. What is that typically worth to your business? What's that lifetime value of that customer? Not just the first sale, because we know customers are often worth more than the first sale. What is the lifetime value? Getting them to say a high number is going to be good. If I could help you, what would success look like? How many new clients on the books? How much increase in revenue? What kind of profit margins? How many conversions? How many subscribers? How many customers? Get them to quantify the result for you, or at least paint you a picture, right? Maybe they're doing everything manually, and what success would look like is a completely automated marketing funnel process. So get them to describe that. And now that they've done all this, we know what they're kind of trying to do. We know that they'd like some sort of success. Let's say they said clients are worth $300 and success would be, 10 new clients a month, that would be $3,000 a month increase. So if that's $36,000 a year, what kind of budget have you allocated for going to try and make an extra $36,000 a year? Don't you think at least $3,600 or $7,200, 10 to 20% would be a good investment if we could achieve this? Of course. But of course, there's some risk. You can't promise anything, but you can certainly get them to say out loud that there should be a budget allocated for something that will grow their business by that much. So what are the next steps? Dear client, due to the nature of these projects, I work in a 3-phase system. First, I create a strategy with you. I want to sit down with you. I want to discuss the situation in depth and determine the right strategy for your business. This could be an hourly rate. Now, you don't necessarily say this. I put this as an aside. It could be an hourly rate, or we can build this strategy into a full package price. Maybe someone just wants strategic consulting. Charge them $200 to $250 an hour, sit with them for 3 hours, maybe 2 sessions, bill them, stop, that's the end of the project. That's great. You can give a knowledge transfer, and that's the nature of consulting. I've done lots of this where I've never actually done anything with anyone. They're just looking for advice, and you could potentially become a consultant on retainer for them. They might want to get your ideas quarter after quarter. Now, if they like the strategic ideas, maybe they're ready to move forward, and that's where we get into phase 2. We're going to be developing your funnel, your marketing automation system. I'm going to build the necessary components for your funnel to improve existing conversion rates across the board. This can be complex pricing based on an audit. Maybe they don't need everything. Maybe you can kind of cut some things out from your full package, or maybe you just say, listen, there's so much to this. I'm really only going to work on funnels if I get my full rate. It's going to be $4,500. You can pay that in 3 installments over 3 months. That was just an example, by the way. Then finally, once our funnel's done, if you'd like to continue working with me, I also can help you scale the results of the business, because I will be deploying an advertising budget on digital platforms to drive traffic into your funnel. You will hire me to bring you traffic from Facebook and Google, and I will make sure that that's targeted traffic, and I'll make sure that everything is flowing perfectly. This should escalate your lead generation a lot. This could be a monthly package pricing, maybe $800 a month, $1,200 a month, maybe even $2,000 a month, depending on how big the advertising budget is. So there's a package for you to price your services, setting up ads, tracking ads, optimizing budgets, a little bit more complex stuff beyond the scope of this workshop, but something you're definitely going to be getting into. And then how much is their advertising budget? That's actually a separate cost, right? You don't receive anything like that. Agencies, when they work a little bit in the higher areas, when they're working with like $50,000 a month budgets, they often get paid with a percentage of that budget rather than a monthly package. So the bigger it goes, the more you have to pay because there's more responsibility and risk. Let's do a quick aside to understand there are 3 pillars to all of this: time, money, and quality. They're levers, okay? The faster you want the work done, the more money it's going to be. It's that simple, right? The higher quality you want on all the components, the design, the writing, the page development, every aspect, the more money it's going to be, right? We can be flexible typically too, right? If client says, hey, I don't need the best quality, maybe you can give them a bit of discount. They say, maybe I don't need to rush this project. I've got 12 months. Maybe you can lower the price for them, right? And that's where that 3rd pillar comes in. If they don't need it fast and they don't need the best quality, then you can lower the price. But if their budget is low, they shouldn't expect to be fast or the highest quality. I can work with a variety of budget sizes, you can say. There are many things we can do, and I can be flexible to your budget, but the minimum size project I can take on is, and I think it's like $1,000 at a professional rate. I mean, taking on anything less, you're kind of getting yourself into a headache because it's not that much money. You end up doing too much. So figure out what the minimum project size is for you. Obviously, the less experience you have, you can start lower to get more experience. But also don't forget, when people see cheap prices, sometimes they can think it's cheap work, right? So just a few more notes here. There's a lot to bringing on new clients. That's why I can't do it for too small. And as well, I'm trying to focus on serious clients who want the best results. Here's some pricing options. you could get your client to pay everything up front and get a professional discount. I used to do this, now not as much anymore because the pricing is so high, people don't really like to pay everything up front. Another common we've seen in the past is 50% now and 50% at delivery. The problem with this is what happens if your client doesn't deliver on time. You can end up waiting a long time to finish the project because they're going to have some responsibilities too, whether it's reviewing your work, whether it's making decisions, whether it's creating the content you need. So be careful of this pricing on big projects. I kind of like pay 50% now and 25% in 30 days and 25% in 60 days. All those numbers could be adjusted. It could be 33, 33, 33. It could be 60 days and 120 days. But I kind of like this date-based payment schedule. It makes sure payments come on time and it makes sure that it has nothing to do with the client's output. Because, we really, when we have a contract, there's not a lot of fear that you're not going to complete the project. But I guess a lot of clients are worried about paying before you've actually completed, and I can certainly empathize with that. But we are specialists, we are unique, and we need to be paid up front to do the work. That's how I look at it, because everything's so digital. It's not like we're sending them some product and they're going to try and sell it and then they're going to pay us later. Like, the work is done, so we should be paid on time. And this one's very similar. Pay 50% now and pay 50% in 60 days. I've used this before. I like it. And then there's also pay monthly installments. If you're going to do a longer project, there's nothing wrong with paying in monthly installments. It can be very fair. It's not a bad way to go. It's pretty easy for clients to pay at that rate as well. So that's my advice on selling the funnels, guys. One of the things to keep in mind is a funnel is only one thing you might offer a client, right? As a professional digital marketer, consulting and strategy is a big part of what we do. Funnels is a big part of what we do, but so is traffic generation, and that's outside the realm of funnels. Traffic generation could be content marketing, organic SEO, pay-per-click advertising. So those are some things you might be offering as well, but there is such a wide range of types of clients out there. It is so critical that you start with a complete audit, see where they're at, make it sure they understand where they're lacking. You don't want to go in promising you can save the day. I recommend doing small bits at first, maybe not even recommending a full funnel, right? But the problem with that is, to get the max result, you want to complete the full funnel. And so this is difficult, right? It's challenging to discuss this with your clients, to persuade them, to influence them, to get them to understand the value. And that's why time and time again, I say, try not to work with clients that you have to convince them this will work, that you have to convince them that marketing online is a great idea. They're never going to see the value in what you do because they've never experienced the value in any way for themselves. They're going to be more skeptical. You want people who've already dabbled in digital marketing that suck at it, that can't do it themselves and they need help. You want people who are marketing already but don't have the time but have the money. These are the premium clients out there. And I can tell you there's tons of them out there. They're already advertising on the radio. They're advertising in the local newspapers. They're advertising on TV. All these people in the next 5 to 10 years are going to be transitioning more into digital marketing. Still, even in 2020, there's so many more people transitioning. And don't forget, some of the winners out there who have a good business going, they're going to want to start new businesses and they're going to need new marketers to help support those projects. So those are the kind of people you should look for. Good luck with selling funnels as a service. If you have any questions, we can definitely discuss this in office hours and or in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching that video. That video is actually a direct pull from my Full-Stack Digital Marketing Masterclass, where I've got 100+ videos on mastering the art and science of digital marketing, taking your skills to the next level, becoming a freelancer, consultant, agency owner, whatever is in your future. This course is going to help you. So go to richandniche.com/masterclass to get all the details. We've got a lot of bonuses over there as well. Get it while it's still available. If you like this kind of video, make sure you like it. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to see other topics. And of course, subscribe if you want to get my regular videos. See you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. May the algorithms be ever in your favor.